Today, let's make some grits. So we start off by putting in some water. I'm just going by the directions. Like I said, I'm just going by the directions, and it says a quarter cup of grits gives you 1 cup of water. I mean, used against 1 cup of water. And so I'm making a half cup of grits, so that's 2 cups of water. Easy math, all right. And once the water gets boiling, we will add in our grits. So back in a flash. Okay, so I got a half a cup of grits and a little bit of salt. Going to dump in the grits into the boiling water. Add in a bit of salt. All right. Give that a mix. Now, one thing, be careful with your grits is you don't want them lumpy, okay? Because lumpy grits are just, to my opinion, horrible. Absolutely horrible. So sometimes you may end up smashing some bits on the side to break it up a little bit, which is, you know, acceptable. Because I do not like I said, I do not like lumpy grits. Now you're saying, well, hey, big guy, okay, you got your grits going. What else is happening today? Well, let's take a look-see. We're going to get our Oscar Mayer bacon hardwood smoked. Get that going. So now some people like to cover the grits up, you know, while it's cooking, but you have to keep stirring them and so on. So I'm gonna cover it a little bit. Then I'm gonna drop in the bacon and get those guys going. Remember, keep stirring it. You see these lumps right here? Wait a minute. You see that lump? That is a no-no, a big, big no-no. Oh, turn the flame down. Sorry, had the water too hot. Okay. But like I said, lumpy grits, oh my God. So it's just, basically it's just salt. I mean, add a little salt in here and you boil them up. And yeah. Now, the flavor of grits, to me, is pretty bland. There's nothing in there. Right? So there are just, I consider them a flavor delivery system, something like a couscous. I like couscous, but if you eat couscous plain, you know, it's pretty plain. But also interesting, I'm rambling on, is when I was growing up, we had grits, you know, more than one occasion, many times, but we just used butter and bacon pretty much was it. And I was very, very surprised to see some recipes calling for sugar or cheese. I don't know what else, but I was very surprised to see that because I never thought about grits and adding sugar, or grits and, like I said before, I don't like cheese that much, grits and adding cheese. Now some folks like thicker grits, some like thinner grits. It's all you like. If you like it thicker, less water, thinner, more water. Simple. Okay? And one funny thing, shit's not. You see a little, oh, damn it. Can you see a little black speck on there? Which I presume was just from the production of the product. When I was a kid, I do not remember any specks in the grits at all. So I don't know if quality control has changed or whatever, but hey, don't you wish you were here? Hey now, hey, see the lump? You see that lump right there? Wait a minute, come here. See that lump? That's a no-no. Okay, the bacon is done. Nice and crispy. Check it out. Hey. The grits are done. And we take our lovely plate of bacon and toast. That's not too hot. Good. Bacon and toast. Drop on some grits. And like I said, some people like thicker grits, some like thinner grits. It's up to your tastes. Okay? All right. Goes there. And then we'll get a this gigantic knife, and we'll drop on some butter. Onto our grits. And now what I do, I like to break up my bacon and let it just run through the grits. So once I mix this all together, I am a happy, ever so happy. Check it out. Bacon. So now you just mix all this together. See, now, like I said, I've only made grits 2 times, almost yesterday to practice, and then today. And, you know, the taste of childhood. And I've seen other recipes, like I said, they add sugar, cheese, shrimp, and grits, whatever. I have never tried those with the shrimp and grits, but it probably tastes okay. All right, so then, here we go. The butter and the bacon with the grits. Delicious. Now, of course, you know, you can just add your grits on here if you want to. Take a bite. That works too. Now remember, like I said, grits alone are pretty bland, okay? Very, well, actually very, very, very bland. This bits of butter, that dash of salt, and the bacon makes a huge difference. And the bread too. Oh. Thank you for joining me for breakfast today with my with my cooking grits. And like I always say, if you see it, buy it, try it, and hope you like it. Get out there, buy a box of grits. I think the box was like $4.99, $5 from my local supermarket. Get a big box, make some for your friend, test it out. Like I said though, you can always add other things. I like bacon, but like shrimp. I imagine you can add, what else could you add? I don't know, but many things. This is good. Now, how do grits grow? And how do grits grow? And I didn't know this, so I had to look it up myself. So let's find out. It's made from cornmeal that has been coarsely ground. Another form of grits, known as hominy grits, which is what we have today, is ground from corn that's been soaked in an alkali solution until the germ and hull loosen and fall off. The resulting hominy is dried and coarsely ground into hominy grits. Well, 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 it looks like I learned something new today. And then again, people say, well, you know, where did it originate? And it says that grits origins come from the Native American Muskogee, apologies if I mispronounced, Native American Muskogee tribe's preparation of Indian corn similar to hominy. Traditionally from the southeastern woodlands, the Muskogee would grind the corn in a stone mill, giving it a gritty texture we are all familiar with. All right, let's cook.